Welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. This is the S&P 500. We're going to do a review here for October 12th. And I want to show you a couple of things that I use personally in my own trading. And I think it's important to note that we only have offerings that we use in our own trading. We're all traders, and we only have offerings that we use here in-house. So want to show you a couple of things here. To start off, we're looking at, I've shown you this a couple of times, this is key turns. And what you'll see is that we had the open right here on Sunday, right here. Key turns tells us whether the bias is basically up or down for the day. What we can see here on Sunday was we had it opened, tested here to the tick, tested there to the tick, and then sold off from about 73 down to here, about 9 points or so down there. It also tested right there. Finally, by this time on this test, this was really the fourth test, it broke and then came back down here. It tested to the tick and then 73, and then it ran. The next one was up here at 92.50. This stopped just a little bit in front of that, a few ticks in front of there. And either way, that's about a 19 or so point move up to there. And then the move back down here. And then I want to walk through what happened here. The break right here, we tested, we broke above here, came back and tested right here, and then off to the races. So really just took off from here, took off all the way up to here. So this was from 92 up into the 40s. It's like a 50-point move or so. And really, this was the open. It came right down here, broke this by a few ticks, and then took off. And that's just one of the this is one of my favorite tools inside of the Pro Suite. So how I'd like to trade this is I would want to be short below here, like here, and then it came up here, it hung around here for a while. If it's going to reverse, it probably isn't going to look like that. And then at the open, there was a really nice opportunity to get long here. We posted in MAP and told our traders in MAP that this was the first area to watch for a buy. And then, of course, that worked out really nice and was really one of the only areas. I'm going to jump over and show you a few other things. But that was that. I want to show you the box. One of the ways that you could use the box here would be you could literally use the box in conjunction with this. Here is the open right here. There was a short opportunity. It dropped about 8 points or so. And then came back up here, another drop, and then this broke. So what you could be doing is above 92, we know that key turns above 92 on the S&P here, we're looking for buys. So what you could do is you could use in conjunction, you could use key turns and the box, and you could favor the opportunities like this where you get a buy signal above key turns. And in essence, you could basically look for, especially right around these key turn areas, you could look for, this is not necessarily a short I would want to take, knowing that I have to get below key turns in order for that to work out, really to run. But above here, I've got nothing up above here, and I'll show you how this works with prediction points as well in a second. But there was a pretty nice run, and that signal triggered about 3,500. That's about a 40-point trade up to there. So that was really a nice one. And then I want to show you, again, I wanted to give you an idea of how some of these work together. And what we have is backfill right here. And backfill, you can see we had this 35.30, 35.23. These may go back a while, but we can see what happened today is there were a bunch of prices here that got left as unfilled prices that the market is likely going to want to come back to. But you can see the analytics for this has over a year, almost 1,500 levels, a 99% fill rate. There's so many ways that you can use this. But you can see right here, these areas right here, and the market, if you were trading this market, it ended up coming back right into here, and then coming off of that again. And then one other one I want to look at right here, the prediction points. one of the things about prediction points in the advanced training, one of the things we talk about with prediction points is this would be, at least this would be a cluster. This might be able to classify as a cluster. And then this would also be, this is in the advanced training that we offer on the website around prediction points. But this would be a congestion area, and this would consolidation. This is probably a consolidation area. And you can see the consolidation was pretty short-lived there. And then a little bit of consolidation in this area. And then definitely look at what happened when we got to kind of the extreme of that. And there is all your consolidation through here. Consolidated for about an hour. And I'm not going to go into detail of why it does that. Whoop, zoom out here. And what basically this is telling us, I mean, the methodology is that above the above each of these lines, so the blue line we want to be long for the next blue line, and then we broke above that and came back and tested to the tick, and we want to be long for here. We broke above that, came back and tested it within a point or so, and then broke again to this one. So if you would have just bought from CP to CP to CP to CP, would have been a really, really good day. And then it pulled back over here in the late afternoon, and then another push up here. So we'll see how the rest of the day turns out with that. And then one other thing I want to show you, the box is pretty dynamic. It's pretty versatile. This is just after the open. If you wanted to use this, is a 200 tick chart. And if you wanted to use something like this for scalping, you could see that there's a nice scalp opportunity, then there's a long opportunity. Again, you can do the same kind of thing. You could put it on a chart with prediction points. You could use it with key turns. You can use it with backfill, with one price. You can sort of combine these things together. We did a whole video on how to make data-driven trading decisions. And if you can put as many edges in your favor as possible, and that's sort of what this does. So here's a nice long, there's a short for a scalp, there's a long, and this thing was just off to the races over here. And wanted to show you as we scroll through here how that ended up. You can see there's another long, and then here's a short opportunity. That one worked out real nice. That's about 30 points, and then there's another long. That one works out for 30 or 40 points over there. So we're running a special this week on the Pro Suite, where you get Pro Suite, map, prediction points, and the live trade signals. It's an outrageous value. Anyone who's serious about trading definitely wants to have this. And if you want to reach out to us, send us an email, support@daytradelikeapro, and we'll be happy to answer your questions about it. And I'll put a link below the video where you can go check out the offer. And if you have questions about this, or you want to see something particular, happy to do that for you. So either drop a comment or send us over an email, and we will draw that up for you. Or you want to see it on a certain market or whatever, happy to do that. So hopefully that's helpful. It gives you some ideas of some of the different ways that you can use some of these tools together. And if you're in the live trade signals, we'll see you there in the morning. And otherwise, good luck in your trading. Find something that puts as many of the odds in your favor as possible, and then execute on that system.